Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, something a little bit different. I actually wanted to share my camera gear. I have had a few people ask questions, little accessories that I have on my camera gear, some of the accessories that I use for my Fuji X100V. And I'm finally getting around to doing this update, what's in my camera bag, I guess, what's in my camera bag of 2022. I haven't actually done one of these in a long time. And looking back on my channel, I actually did one in 2019. And it's interesting to look back on how my photography has changed since 2019 as well. When I kind of first started out, I had to have all the gear, a bunch of lenses, a bunch of bags, a bunch of straps, and all that kind of stuff. You kind of go into a bit of, I guess, gear overload just because you think you need it. And it's definitely shifted to a very minimalist camera kit right now. You can go back and check that out. I'll leave it in the link down below for 2019. But in 2019, I was a Sony, I used a Sony camera. I had a couple of Sony cameras. So as you can see, like too many cameras already, a bunch of lenses for my Sony, and then switched over to Fuji and really started to do more videos on this channel. So my camera gear right now, the majority of the photos that you are going to see on the channel as of right now are using my X100V. I know I am filming this with the X-T4. I typically only use that for filming these videos on YouTube now. That was my main camera for a little while, but after buying the X100V last summer, I take it everywhere. It's the best little camera. And I even went out a couple weeks ago with the X-T4 and just to, you know, use it for taking pictures again. And I kind of like this one better. It's simpler. It's got the fixed lens. It just makes taking photos so much fun. So if you're debating to buy an X100V, but hands down, I love the thing. I've been using it for over a year now, and it's the best camera I think I've ever used. The pictures are great. The only thing I maybe wish it had is the in-body image stabilization. I kind of notice sometimes from that with some of my shots when I'm taking pictures, but you can get over that. I think that kind of the pros outweigh the con, that one con. So X100V. But in terms of accessories, let's just go through basically what I use. I do have obviously a memory card, and I was fortunate enough when I bought my camera, it came as a package with the memory card I got. It's a SanDisk 64 gigabyte. Let's see, Extreme Pro, works fine. I've never filled this thing up. I take off the pictures and put it into Lightroom as I edit them. I will do a video on, I think, some Lightroom editing, how I edit my photos. Very minimal as well with that. So I have the one memory card. I do have a couple extra little cards. They're all SanDisk, kind of the same. That's the ones I've always kind of bought, and just like the brands worked. None of them are really broken on me really, so that's a good thing. And I have the battery. This is the Fuji battery. When I bought my Fuji X100V, it came with an extra battery as well. So I have two of the batteries that are the X100V batteries. Now, I know on Amazon, you can find spare batteries that are no name, kind of the no name brand. They seem to work fine. I have a couple of them from my Fuji X-T4, and they seem to work fine. You save some money. On the camera itself, I do have a couple of straps that I do use. So I have, these are the Peak Design little knobby things. I don't know what the actual name for them would be called, but what I have on that is I use the Peak Design strap. I actually did a video on this, and it's a simple, basically simple wrist strap. That's all I use. And I also have recently purchased a neck strap for the X100V. And the neck strap that I purchased, this is actually a kind of a no-name knockoff of Peak Design's strap. And I picked this up on Amazon. It was, I think, only about $15 or $16 in Canada, so that's Canadian. For US, that's like nothing. But if I will leave a link to that one in the description. Well, not a bad little strap. I think these are a good way to decide if you like that system of kind of clipping on and off. Don't waste your money and spend it on the Peak Design, which are pretty pricey. Grab one of the no-name kind of brands. You'll get the little attachments. Give it a try, because some people I know like it. Some people don't like it, having these little clips on the side of your camera. They just like having everything attached all the time. And that is really, other than I did purchase a small lens hood. This is again, not a Fuji brand by any means. It's a little lens hood for my X100V. You can grab that as well. I'll link it in the description down below. Does it make a difference? I couldn't actually tell you, but I do it does offer a bit of protection on the camera. if you're to drop it, I think that's kind of the best thing. If you're gonna drop it, hit the ground, it's gonna hit that little lens shade instead of falling right on the lens. So, and what it actually does as well, has a little adapter that puts in there, and the X100V is water resistant if you have an adapter with a also putting the cover, like a lens filter on top to block the lens. So that will help it for that. So you can purchase that online on Amazon as well. That is really it for my camera gear. It's so simple. It's been great shooting with the Fuji X100V. I love it. And like I said, when I took out my Fuji X-T4 last week, I kind of missed that camera, and I found myself putting the X-T4 in my knapsack and taking out the X100V, and it was just a pleasure to use. So hopefully that answers the questions. I know I've had a few people that have asked kind of actually what my gear I use is. So super simple. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. No extra lenses and anything like that. Just very, very simple. Just get out, go take photos is kind of how I kind of live by. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one.